All right, YouTube, once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. Talking Auburn football, and this is the last thing that I'm going to talk about before I do my more thorough take on this game tomorrow. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger War Eagle. Comment and subscribe to my channel. It's called Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Now, I got a few issues tonight because all week, people have been talking about, LSU is the favorite. LSU has this sensational true freshman quarterback. LSU has a great secondary. Now, all of a sudden, Auburn pretty much dominates this team on every level possible. 500 plus yards, 23 plus first downs. The wide receivers actually getting, great yards per catch. And now, all of a sudden, you want to downplay LSU as if LSU wasn't a good football team. But we've been talking all week about how good LSU was and how LSU was more talented. LSU was the favorite to win the game, especially based on some of the things that Auburn has had going on up to this point. You want to talk about the Arkansas game, the Bo Nix spike backwards. You want to talk about that to say that, Auburn probably shouldn't have won that game. You want to talk about the Sean Shivers possible fumble on the kickoff return. Auburn shouldn't have won that game, but now you have I'm talking about a straight up backyard, down south, SEC West ass. I'm talking about a straight ass whooping. I'm talking about it can't get any different of an ass whooping than this, because really Auburn could have actually put up 70 on these guys tonight. Auburn actually called how about try this on for your mental size. The same Auburn team that you talk about, that you complain about, this team actually called the dogs off and could have scored as many points as they wanted against their most hated rival, but you still complain. I just don't get it. I don't get it because it just baffles me how when it's Auburn, it's always some kind of some catchphrase to it. Well, the team, they ain't the same as they used to be. But what if Alabama would have beat them 70-6? Then it's roll, 13 national championships and all that other craziness. But Auburn, this is a signature win. I don't care what LSU recruits on a high level. The only thing that should have been missing in this is Jamar Chase and a quarterback. But you praise the quarterback. They beat South Carolina 52-24 last week. So I don't get where the problem was. I don't get why LSU couldn't have been more competitive in this game. One thing that folks have to realize, I keep telling you guys that Auburn has done an excellent job of recruiting. And I'm not saying this just because we won tonight. I've seen this over the last few games. Auburn has not been outclassed in any game that they played this year, other than Georgia, at the line of scrimmage at the time. I'm not even going to say that we could do different against Georgia now, because I really don't know. But all the other teams, we showed that we were better. We've done a better job of recruiting for the most part. These guys played well. They played focused. They were all over the place. And for Auburn fans to get on this, to Auburn fans or any level of college football to downplay this win, considering all the stuff that's been talked this week. Cole Kubelik said this week, LSU had more talent. LSU should have won this game 28-14. That was his pick. I love Cole Kubelik. I have a lot of respect for him. And I think for the most part, he was kind of sort of right. But at the same time, Auburn responded. Auburn coached better. Auburn played better. Auburn really did an excellent job of playing a solid football game for 4 quarters. And I'll tell you what, where I told you guys, things would be different. If Auburn was going to win this game, for one, they had to win the first down battle. They won it narrowly, 26-23. Bo Nix should not have to throw the ball more than 30 times. He didn't, but he threw for 299 yards. He made it count. The yards per catch were significantly better. Although Tank Bigsby did not have a 100-yard game, if he would have touched the ball more, he would have. The defense responded. They got pressure. They were comfortable. And they made it happen tonight. And I just want Auburn fans tonight to just tip your hats off to the guys, whether you like Gus Malzahn or not, whether you like Bo Nix or not. Clearly, Bo Nix might have been the better quarterback because Joey Gatewood laid a complete egg as the Kentucky quarterback against Georgia. Give the guys credit where credit is due. Big win for Auburn. Big win. But we have to stop this. We have to stop this downplaying just because you might not necessarily like the team or you might not necessarily like the coach. Give the coaches did an excellent job with game planning. Play calling was absolutely on point. Going into a bye week, Auburn has a blowout win over their most hated rival that they don't beat often. Give the guys credit. They played a good football game. They took advantage of every opportunity possible and could have taken advantage of some more if Gus Malzahn would have taken the starters out. But it wouldn't have made sense because somebody could have got hurt. Big win for Auburn, 48-11. Embrace the win. This is the win you wanted. You may not like the coach, but this is the win you wanted. This is the win you needed. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. I love you guys, all genres, all subcultures of the Auburn fan base, because I understand, because I have been each and every one of you at a certain point of my fandom. But come on, guys, you got to give these guys credit where credit is due. They played a complete game. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.